guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today we have the Tottenham versus Arsenal preview. Now, last week I done the Chelsea versus Tottenham preview, and although it didn't get as many views as I thought it would, maybe because I don't do these as much now and it's more of a prediction based and not a singular game based, but I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed making the graphic for the team sheets, really. So yeah, we're back again with the Tottenham versus Arsenal preview. Before we get into it, make sure you do subscribe to the channel down below. Now, on Wednesday we had the Premier League predictions come out. It could have been yesterday because the Aston Villa game's been postponed, but the Premier League ones, they went out. It's in the eye now. You can check that out. I'm joined by Philip for that one, so we've got an insight on a Fulham fan, really, and another opinion on the Tottenham Arsenal game. And also tomorrow and on Monday we'll have the last predictions for the group stages of the European games for the Champions League and Europa League. So make sure you subscribe for that. We at the moment haven't hit 800 subscribers, but I think that could change in the next couple of hours and few minutes, because the Europa League predictions normally bomb up between 1 and 5 on the Thursday. So yeah, I think that could change. So as of now we're on 798, but we'll see. We'll see come later or when this is uploaded. So yeah, Spurs versus Arsenal. It's no secret, it is probably the biggest game of the season. Tottenham versus Arsenal. But this time around it's a bit different. Now normally Arsenal are doing a bit better than what they are, but this season they're in an absolute shit pit. Arteta, he won them the FA Cup, but now he's not really doing as much. I did say in the video that I think this is going to be the end for Arteta, but to be fair, looking back on it, I don't really think so. I think he's there for the long term, like Philip said. You could argue that I'm being a bit biased, you know, being a Spurs fan, but I'm just talking my opinions, really. Last week I was being honest with the Chelsea game, and again I'm being honest with this Arsenal game. I'm going to give him a score prediction early this time. I honestly think Spurs are going to win 4-0. Aubameyang's not firing at all, so I think that's a massive factor if you're an Arsenal fan. You want your main striker to be banging in goals, and he's not. Lacazette isn't, Pepe's injured. The only plus side you have is that Willian loves a game against Spurs, but that was for Chelsea. He understands the concept of a London derby, but you're playing in an Arsenal team that's pretty poor, and you're playing against a Spurs team that loves exploiting weak defences, and Arsenal's defence is weak. You know, I think Jose's mind games have started saying that Kane's possibly injured along with Reguilon, but I think they're both going to play. I don't know about Reguilon. I don't know why he would lie about Reguilon, but Kane definitely I think he's going to play. You can't. I think he's just missing the Europa League game because we have enough quality to beat Lask without having to bring on Harry Kane. Vinicius is playing fantastic, so even if Kane is injured, I think Vinicius will do a great job in his Premier League debut. But as I said, I do think Kane will play. Like last week, I will run through my team sheets and give my combined 11. So we're going to do that now. We're gonna start with both goalkeepers, and we're going to go with Lloris and Leno. Obviously, Lloris at the moment probably the second best goalkeeper in the league behind Mendy, because Mendy for Chelsea has kept loads of clean sheets, and Leno, he plays great in some games and he plays piss poor in other games. Now for Arsenal, they normally play a 3-4-3 formation, but I think for this game they're going to revert back to a 4-3-3, just to have more stability at the back. So for both sets of fullbacks, I'm going to go for Spurs. I'm going to go with Aurier and Reguilon. I do think Reguilon will play. He's been fantastic for us this season, and I can't stand watching Ben Davies playing more, because Reguilon is rapid, he's fucking brilliant, and possibly even better than Danny Rose was in 2016. And Aurier, as I've said, been brilliant. If he puts in another fantastic performance here, then 100% I want him started over Doherty every game. You could argue Doherty's learning the new position, but you're in a Spurs team, you should know your position already. Mourinho doesn't give no second chances, really, unless you're Ndombele, who's been blessed. So yeah, I think they're the fullbacks for Spurs. And for Arsenal, I'm going to go with Bellerin and Tierney. Tierney's actually a player that I rate highly. Now, there's a lot of slander for him on like Twitter, for example, but I do rate him highly. He's playing out of position. He's been playing centre-back sometimes, but he's a good player. He definitely gives Robertson a run for his money in the Scottish team when they're both competing for a left-back spot and not centre-back and left-back. Tierney's a good player. And Bellerin, people are finally seeing the fraud that he is. I've never rated him. I always thought he was piss poor, although he does have the most assists for Arsenal. But I do think he's piss poor. He's not even a top 5 right back in the league anymore. Maybe before, when he was like breaking through in 2014, 2015. But now he's shambolic. The centre-back pairings for Spurs, I'm going to go with Dyer and Alderweireld. I think Alderweireld's going to be back in the team. He's already training. I think he could possibly get 10 minutes against Lask just to test his fitness. But other than that, I think he's going to start. A huge boost for Spurs, definitely. Alongside Dyer, who's been fantastic. Although you can't knock Joe Rodon. He had a few errors in the first 10 minutes against Chelsea. But other than that, he played fantastic. And obviously the last error with Giroud. But yeah. Played fantastic, Joe Rodon. And if Alderweireld can't start, I'd happily be confident with Joe Rodon starting. The centre-back pairing for Arsenal, we're going to go with Gabriel and David Luiz. I think David Luiz brings the experience in a game like this. Next to Gabriel, Gabriel's a good defender, you can't knock that. So, yeah, yeah. Again, David Luiz is a shocking player, and what he done to Jimenez last week, fucking hell, he should be banned at least. Like, I know it's possibly just a footballing error, but I still think he should be banned. Moving on to the midfield three for both teams. Sitting in the holding spot for both teams, we're going to go with Højbjerg, and for Arsenal, Granit Xhaka. Thomas Partey is missing, which really should be playing, because I've been saying that Højbjerg's better than Partey for the last couple of weeks to a lot of my mates that are Arsenal fans. But we can't see that now. Højbjerg, quality player. And yeah, Granit Xhaka, he's a bit up and down. He just does his thing, really, doesn't he? The two centre midfielders for both teams, we're going to go with Ndombele and Sissoko for Tottenham. For Arsenal, we're going to go with Ceballos and El Neni. You could argue that Willock would play, but I think El Neni, if you're an Arsenal fan, you want more stability. You want two holding midfielders in Xhaka and El Neni to try and stop the deep run of Kane. Kante sort of done it quite well last week, but El Neni, I don't know how he's still playing for Arsenal. He's really poor, to be fair. He's played okay this season, but in general he's pretty poor. And Ceballos, yeah, you've got to have someone going forward, and I think he's going to be the man to do it for Arsenal. But compared to Sissoko and Ndombele, nothing on them really. And the front three for both teams. For Spurs, we're going to go with Son, Kane and Bale. I think Bale was going to get his first start in a big game. He hasn't played the last two Premier League games against Chelsea and Man City. I think he will start against Lask. You already know if he started, but I think he'll start against Arsenal. It's a brilliant game to bring him back, and he's definitely going to be up for it. And yeah, that front three, I think they could absolutely rip Arsenal apart. For Arsenal's front three, we're going to go with Willian, Aubameyang and Saka. Saka, do you know what? I rate him so highly. I think he's miles better than Martinelli, and I think Saka, he has a brilliant future ahead of him. He just needs to go to a different team. Possibly going to Dortmund to maybe replace Jadon Sancho, but obviously playing on the left instead of the right. But yeah, Saka is a fantastic player, and he's from Greenford, which is local to me. Yeah, Bakayoko Saka. I would happily take him at Tottenham. And then Willian, I've already spoken about him. He loves the game against Spurs. When he was playing for Chelsea, it always causes problems. And Aubameyang, oh, I have no problems with Aubameyang. He can play if he likes. You can play 17 Aubameyangs, they won't trouble us. Shit player, shit player. I don't know how people compare him to Kane, because Aubameyang is absolute wank. So yeah, that's the two teams I think that they go out and play the football. And I think this Spurs team is going to absolutely rip Arsenal apart. The quality within Spurs is like their starting 11 is so much better to the quality that's within the Arsenal starting 11. I understand you have to give Arteta time and a couple of transfer windows to build his own team, but at the moment we're absolutely fantastic and Arsenal are absolutely shit. Moving on to my combined 11, and yeah, so I'm going to put it on the screen now, and yeah, only the 11 Spurs players. You could argue I'm being really biased, but honestly, I don't see any Arsenal player getting to our starting 11 based on the teams that I've put out. You could argue if there was a threat at the back, you can have, you know, like Saka playing, but Reguilon, if he was playing left wing back, I'd pick him any day of the week. You have to have a full Spurs team. You can't not. We're absolutely fantastic. And we absolutely shit on this Arsenal team. No Arsenal player would get into like the Chelsea starting 11, I don't think. So yeah, that's that done. I do honestly think Spurs are going to pull Arsenal apart, and based off the last games, you know, Spurs have been fantastic. We're top of the league. Arsenal, they struggle against Wolves, Leeds, Aston Villa. you just shit, Arsenal. I'm sorry, but you're shit. But yeah, that is going to be it for the video. It is a bit shorter than the Chelsea one because although there should be more to talk about, there's not, because Arsenal are a worse team than Chelsea. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out the video that come out on Wednesday, the Premier League one, and check out the videos that come out on Saturday and Monday. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.